Ted Goodyear, who had started the ministry to seniors 4 years earlier, was dying with cancer and had been praying for somebody to come and take over. Ted's dream was that the ministry to seniors would be a total county ministry. It wasn't to belong to one church, it was to be all the churches working together, and he wanted to expand it. And at that time, it was quite a small ministry. There were services only in 4 nursing homes. Over the years, the ministry has grown, and now we have 10 services a month. We have 4 nursing homes, 6 retirement homes, and 1 condo building. And for a long time, for many years, I did the ministry by myself, and the ministry has required more people, so brought more and more people in. It got 3 lay readers from the various churches and 1 lay person, all assisting. And then in the big services, well, we have 30 or 40 volunteers who help in it.
But the music was a thing which I found unified people, and it took them back beyond the contemporary to their time of childhood. That one of the very first senses, no doubt, that they had was that of hearing and music. And I felt that, okay, this is a way that I can bring them some joy. The reward here is in feeling that there's a reaction from the people, and I'm giving them something that they can relate to, and that they're happy with it, and it brings them calm and peace and joy. And that's a big deal to me.
If Dorothy didn't bring the ministry into the nursing home, there are a large number of people who would never have a church service, never pray together as a congregation. And I think that would be very sad for them. And as much as over time they lose their memories and their words, it's surprising how many prayers come back and how many hymns. I know Dorothy says that the music is very important, but it is really, really important. People who don't talk, I've seen them singing and heard them singing some of these old hymns. Must be wonderful, all the memories that come back. And I know with my mother, she hasn't got the memories, but it must bring back feelings of being in church and good feelings, good sensations. Must do. She smiles a lot when she's in church.
I think many of the people in the nursing homes have had a history of going to church and joining in public worship in that way. And if this ministry did not take services to them, it would just be something less in their lives that are already pretty restricted.
So I really appreciate the ministry here because it's, as Fran said, when you leave the church doesn't come to you. And I find it very reassuring to have someone here every month to take care of my spiritual needs.
It's an important thing to honor the people that have gone before us and who have made such a tremendous contribution to the life of our parishes, to the life of our communities. And all of a sudden they're imprisoned in bodies that don't function as they should anymore. And I think it is truly an imprisonment. And if I can help to ease that, then that gives me a great deal of satisfaction and joy.
These are people who have given so much. You would not believe their stories, what they have given to society. And the hardships that many of them have had. I mean, I have dozens of stories of things that they have done And there they are now in nursing homes and many in the retirement homes too, and they're not well enough to get out to church. And what they really need is to know that people care. It's, you care enough to come and spend time with us. You bring a message of love and of hope, and that's the kind of gospel that we always preach. It is always the gospel of God's love, forgiveness, and hope, and joy, and work very, very hard to help them to have good self-esteem. Our society says once you stop earning, you're not so important. But these people, they serve God until their last breath, so many of them.
It's amazing to be able to speak to the residents. They are so filled with faith and trust in Jesus. And some days I have to force myself to go, but once I'm there, I go away and I'm feeling so much better than when I started. It's almost like I receive more from them, I'm sure, than I'm able to give them.
They say so often, "Oh, it's so good of you to come. We're so glad that you came," but it's not good of us. It's rewarding. It's rewarding for us because you really know that you're touching the life of another human being.
I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to work with the seniors ministry. I'm really thankful that God has given me this gift or visit. I love to visit with people, that I can help in some way to bring church to people that are not able to get out to actual church.
It's wonderful to see you all here this morning. I say this every year, but what is so exciting is that during the year we bring church to you. But then on this occasion you come to us and we all worship together. Everybody is here to enjoy this wonderful time of worship and of fellowship. As I say in all our services, we come together in faith, in love, and in friendship. So let us just worship together, and then afterwards we will enjoy a wonderful meal. I've also found that people have been happy to know that when one of their loved ones goes into a nursing home or retirement home, that there will be a church service for them and there'll be somebody to come and see them when they're in need.
A gentleman who came in on a wheelchair, and a little bit later his wife came in, and as it turned out, she had Alzheimer's and was actually living in a different home than him. And thankfully, the two workers from the two homes recognized each other, and this husband and wife were able to sit together in the worship. And this woman who had Alzheimer's just brightened up. It's like she remembered. And to see the two of them together, who otherwise live separate lives now because of their ailments and the requirements that they needed in their different homes. So that was a really, for me, a joyful moment.
We come to church to worship. This is so wonderful for us. It's a great thing, and we have this community, but one of the best ways in which we can serve God is in the community, is in outreach, especially for people on the margins. They're people who those people really need us.